Good afternoon, I'm Mike Powers. A Sandoval County deputy is in critical condition. A suspect is dead after a gunfight erupted in the Jemez Mountains early this morning. Residents of that area say the suspect was a well-known criminal. News 13's Crystal Gutierrez joins us live from the Jemez Mountains with the very latest. Crystal?
Well, Mike, state police say the Sandoval County deputies were staking out the woods behind me last night for that well-known burglar. Now, just before 5 o'clock this morning, that burglar broke into the cabin that the deputies were staying in, and that's when the shots were fired. State police say the confrontation happened off of New Mexico 126 in a popular camping area in the Jemez Mountains. State Police Lieutenant Eric Garcia says the deputy, whose name has not been released, is in critical condition after being shot in the stomach. Garcia says investigators believe the man who shot the deputy is the Cookie Bandit and is linked to a series of burglaries in the Jemez Mountains.
He's not the real destructive type individual, but he comes in mostly for canned goods, groceries, booze. But as far as breaking in and taking things that are considered real value.
Well, as long as I've been up here, which is about 4 years, he's been active, breaking and entering into homes.
Now, Garcia says the Cookie Bandit has been suspected of burglarizing homes in this area for 8 years. Now, that's why the deputies were staking out this area last night, waiting for him to strike again. It just so happened that the cabin he hit was the cabin the deputies were staying in. The suspect did die at the scene. Back to you.
Okay, Crystal, thank you very much. Of course, police have not given us very much information on exactly what happened up there. We will continue to follow that. Now, the other focus of this story right now is at University of New Mexico Hospital, where the wounded deputy was taken. And that's where News 13's Dave Bowman continues our team coverage. Dave?
Mike, information is hard to come by here as well, but here's what we know. After the shooting, the wounded deputy was airlifted here to University Hospital. He was in critical condition at the time. Sheriff John Paul Trujillo, the Sandoval County Sheriff, came here with a couple of officers later, not long after the shooting, to check in on the wounded deputy. He was here, we are told, 3 to 4 hours. About 10:30 or so this morning, he headed back to the crime scene in the Jemez. As far as the wounded deputy goes, the Sandoval County Sheriff's Office has decided, has put an order out not to release any information, any patient information on the wounded deputy, and that pretty much is the situation here so far. Mike, back to you.
Okay, Dave, thank you very much for that. Now, News 13 will continue to follow this story very closely. When we have new information, we will immediately pass it along to you. More news in just a moment, but we do want to check in first on our weather. A number of New Mexico towns hit 100 degrees yesterday, but what about today? Here's Mike Hernandez with that. Mike?
Unfortunately, we're going to be right in the same neighborhood as we were yesterday and the day before, and after a hot weekend for that matter. We're at 88 now, north winds at about 3, 4...